Susan Winter here, and yes, I'm talking about online dating, and you read that properly. I said it, and I'm going to stand by it. Online dating made enjoyable. As a matter of fact, we're going to make it fun for you. I know you hate it. Everybody hates it, but it still is a viable way to weed yourself through. It's the needle in the haystack, but people do meet and partner and fall in love online. But let's eliminate why you hate it, okay? I've thought about this a long time. It is what I call a condiment to meeting in person. In person would be the full meal. I would rather everybody does better in person, but online you will extend the area of whom you can meet. Susan Winter here, best-selling author, relationship expert, and the very proud friend of Bea and Gwyneth, my two extremely fantastic moderators who show up here every single week to make this a safe place for you to talk, to share. We keep the community wonderful. I want to thank everyone right off the bat. Mehdi is here from Toronto. Love my Canadians. Hi, Den. Golden Hawk 521. Have you heard of silent stacking? I have not. Go ahead and tell me what it is. Den from the Netherlands. Yafa, how are you doing? Emerald Gem Exchange. Beautiful dress, Susan. I buy tops that are colorful. And underneath this, I have my leggings, which are my go-to place. But let's talk about online dating. First of all, thank you all for being here. I know you hate it. I know you hate it. And so what I wanted to do is address the problems, not saying you have to do it. If you don't want to do it, great. If you have a social circle where you have the opportunity to meet people outside of your little system, great. But it is a viable means of extending the range of prospective partners. I know I've claimed that there are 50% scammers. I truly believe that. And if you were online dating a couple years ago and you come back now because your relationship didn't work, you left, whatever, it's completely different. You've already got my, videos on what to do with scams. So let me tell you, in the meantime, this is what I want you to change today. So I have a couple of mental shifts I would like you all to consider. Before I begin, I have big news, okay? Tomorrow, I am releasing the Older Women, Younger Men Dating Guide. For those of you that don't know, that's how I found my way here. I was happily playing golf and living outside of New York City and consulting, and fell in love with a much younger man, which, because of the uproar, wrote a best-selling book eventually, and then found myself here. But in all the time of me working with all of you, I kind of did that, and then okay, I did it. So I moved on. The first ever compilation, and I'm using the same incredible app for the dating games guide. I will include the link here below for a pre-sale price. Okay, it actually starts tomorrow, but I'm not technologically smart enough to try and add it in now for fear that I'll make all this go away. So I will add it in below. So for older women that are considering dating a younger man and don't know, feel uncomfortable, already with one and don't know how to handle a certain challenge, girl, I've been there. Been there. Oh, let's see who this is. And for the younger men who love their older women. Den, €2.49. Thank you. First time contributor, and welcome to this channel. We love having our men here. This is for everyone. We love it. Susan, what do you believe about eHarmony? Is it a big money scam or is it legitimate? Boy. When you say things, you have to be careful about litigation. Here's the thing about eHarmony. Love Dr. Helen Fisher. Love her. And last I knew, she was one of the relationship expert heading it up. Is it a very high bar to get into? Yes, because anybody willing to fill out 3 hours or 5 hours of questioning, yes, you will get a match according to your preferences. The downside that I understand, and I'm only saying from other individuals, is that you don't get to choose who they stack you with. For example, all the women I know that date younger men, they can add it in there. I'm looking for a younger man, and it doesn't go that way. They're going to give you men in your age group. They will make the choice for you. So here's where, yes, are there people that have been married on eHarmony? Of course. You see the documentaries, the testimonials. Those are real people, and they do find each other. It is very, very, very analytical, and they find the people for you, assuming that if we match your disposition, it's a better thing. The rub from the users, many of the users that I have heard, is that you don't get to choose who those people are. Maybe it's better if you choose with your eyes, not always choosing the right thing. Give it a shot if you can. I'm not sure. I don't have an opinion one way or another. I'm just going to tell you what people have said. I've not used it. But let me tell you today, and thank you, first of all, Den, for your contribution. Jillian, hello there. I'm so happy to see all of you here today. Golden Hawk. Oh, it's piling on withheld information from someone that you're afraid to express yourself with. We'll have to consider that in one of the new dating terms another time. So today, let me gear you up for what I think are some kind of novel hacks as to how you can actually enjoy online dating. First of all, it is not, years ago people did it and it was a second job, okay? I know a gal, I won't say her name, she wanted to get married. It was about 10 years ago. I reviewed her book for her. She said she was online from 7 to 10 every night. She was determined to get a husband. She was determined to have a family. She did. Took her about 9 months. She worked it. It was technically a second job. Lots of disappointment, lots of learning curve. Found her husband, married, kids, got it. Okay. Most of us don't have that kind of patience. Most people don't even read anymore. That's why the videos are so great. So what I would suggest is that you do it a little bit differently. First of all, know yourself. Again, it's an appetizer. It's a condiment. It's not your main meal. Your best associations are those where you can see people, you share a common interest, you're walking your dogs, you're at a dog park, you're in a hiking group, you've gone to a seminar or a lecture, they're a colleague at work where you get to see them on a repeated basis, somebody in your health club, in your neighborhood, somebody vetted, a cousin of a friend in your social group. These, of course, are the easiest way. But if you want to extend it, we do online dating. So here's how I'm going to ask you to begin to look at it. I've got about 6 tips. Love to hear your impression of what I'm going to share with you. And if you have feedback, love to hear that. Okay, 1. I want you to look at this like a lottery ticket. Okay? Look at online dating like buying a lottery ticket. Be cool, you hope. You put in the numbers, you do a little transaction, you hope. But, is it going to happen? Are you going to hit the million? No. But you do a little bit, and every once in a while you hit. And sometimes you hit little, sometimes you hit more, and sometimes you don't hit at all. So please, for those of you that are starting out and going back into it, I know there's that hopefulness, because what happens in the beginning, because you're fresh meat on that site, everybody's flocking to you. And again, most of these people are lookers. They are not buyers. And the ones that are really closing in on you hard, you have to really ask yourself, would this kind of person be attracted to me in real life? They're really trying to seal the deal and close it in. That smells like a scammer to me. Let me slow my pace. If they're trying to get you off the site, they're like, oh my gosh, I've never felt like this before. They talk to you forever online, but they never FaceTime you. They don't get on the phone with you. They can't see you. If they can't see you in under 2 weeks, can't even get together, and they say they're living in your area, anybody abroad, say, sorry, dude, sorry, lady, when you're in town, it's enough. I'm not doing a long distance, okay? So to protect yourself. Look at it as a minimal investment that you do on a regular basis. Okay? Time. Don't stay on there for hours. Give yourself, I don't know, what's your attention span? 45 minutes, half hour. Commit to maybe 5 hours a week. 20 minutes here, go off, half hour there, maybe 1 hour. Nighttime seems to be the best where there's the most activity. But just go, it's kind of like online shopping. You're looking, you're seeing, you don't see something, you kind of get distracted, you get in a little conversation, you come back. Go ahead and just try it. Do not do it to the point where you're exhausted, frustrated, desperate. Just check out, okay? It's got to work for you. If you start to hate the process, you will hate the entire experience. And then it's not going to be enjoyable. All right? So let me see. Do you have any questions about what I've said so far? Hello, Julian. Jillian is here. Let's see. Hi, Jean P. Nika is like this, sleeping in the TV tray or the little serving tray. Let's see. Carry photos here. Online dating is very discouraging. Great topic. It is discouraging. So let's start with that. Let's look at it realistically. What are the chances? It's the lotto. Do you all, because I know this is an international audience, do you have, like, where you buy a ticket and maybe you get a grand prize? You don't really expect, you hope, but you don't get your hopes up. I mean, nobody walks into these little convenience stores in America, and I'm not sure how it is in Europe or in Asia here, but nobody walks in and goes, I know I'm going to win today. Oh my God, I got to win today. They might be thinking that, but they don't really expect that they're going to win, right? They'd like to, but it's just a part of maybe it'll work. So having a more cavalier attitude because of the nature of what it is. It's like, I mean, some people go to rummage sales and they're antique, they're real antique dealers, and they actually know what they're looking for. And they can spend a whole day digging through garbage. And then every once in a while, and they do it repeatedly, but every once in a while they find this, like, oh my God, they had no idea what they had here. Then you see them come onto Antiques Roadshow and say, I don't know, I went to a rummage sale, bought it for $25, thought it was cute. Well, it's a $25,000 painting by so-and-so. You can hit, like you win. You can win, but you are gambling. All right? Look at online dating like gambling. This is how I want you to measure your participation, your level of happiness according to how long you're at the gaming table, right? How much are you investing for what you're getting back? Now, gamblers don't normally, like social gamblers, don't go to the casino and think, I'm going to win today. I'm going to take my $60 and I'm going to hit the jackpot. I mean, yes, that's inside. They actually say, I'm going to Las Vegas, or I'm going to Atlantic City, or I'm going to Monaco, and I'm going to take X amount of dollars and I'm going to play. I'm going to play. They're not like, oh my God, and I'm going to make my rent, and I'm going to pay for the mortgage on the house. They're not going in with that kind of mentality. Can we please release this, I'm going to find the one, and have you utilize it for what it has now morphed into being? A crapshoot, a gambling venture. So when I say enjoyable, I don't want you to wear yourself out, exhausted, blind, reading through things, like scrambling, like who's Pete? What did Pete say? Oh my God, Pete didn't write me back. I mean, look at it like fun. I'm going to spend 30 minutes. I'm going to rifle through, see if there's anything interesting, right? That's your investment for entertainment, for fun. Now, I know all of you are intentional, and I know that you know what you want. But at the same time, you need to accommodate this great ability to focus and be clear and express yourself and understand the medium that you're working with, which is kind of nonsense, right? You know the algorithms kind of make it so they never want you to find somebody, but people do. You can game the system. But when I say make online dating enjoyable, lower the bar of your expectations. Look at it as going to the gaming table, X amount of time, which is X amount of value, X amount of dollars, and you're going to try it, and it's got to be fun and pleasurable. Okay, now I'm going to tell you some more mental hacks to make that pleasurable. All right, so you set the bar low, you'd love to win, but you want to be surprised. Maybe you're going to find something you never thought you'd find, a connection you never thought you'd like. Okay, everybody else. Susan, you look absolutely stunning today. Love the hair. Okay. Where can I live where it is always between 62 degrees and 67 or 70 degrees and 80% humidity? That's where my hair and skin look good. My mullet's growing out. It's a beautiful, overcast, misty day in New York City today. My favorite. I love this. And it's gorgeous. So if you have a city, type it in so I can see where I'm going to go next. Oh. By the way, I'll be in Singapore January 25th. Well, actually longer. I'll be there about 2 weeks. But I'll be seeing people January 25th through February 2nd. Okay, so stay tuned for that because I'm having a meet and greet in Singapore and I'm taking time to do some one-on-one coaching with people. So if you are interested in Singapore, and I'll announce this again at the end, and Singapore 2024, January, early February, drop a line to media@susanwinter.net. Okay, now let's see what else here. Mito, Sweden, how beautiful you are. Love this style. Greetings from Sweden. Thank you, my dear. Nafthuza, hello, beautiful. $5. Online dating is just one of the avenues to meet. Love that. Love that. The expectation should be adjusted since seeking love is not like buying a new car or a home. That's beautiful. You see, years ago, it was different. It was. But we have to address what it is today, why you hate it, and why you're getting frustrated. So I want to shift your mental idea. I want you to start to look at it like play. Exploration, play, a minimal investment. You're a serious person, intentional and investing. But given the nature of this vehicle, we are going to alter your expectations to match what the vehicle can give you, right? Like, you're dating a certain person, you keep digging, you keep thinking there's another layer underneath there, you keep going like, there's got to be more. No, you hit the bottom. That's it. That's all they got. And you walk away and you go, that's all there is. So you don't look to make them something bigger than they are. They are what they are, right? We have situations like that in life. Same is true with online dating. All right. I love that. Thank you so much. Good evening from Germany. You're helping me getting through the breakup of my boyfriend. Oh, Randy, that's so great to hear. Thank you so much. It hurts like hell, but your optimism cheers me up. Randy, take a look. If you have Audible, it's free. If you don't already know, take a look at the Dating Games Guide. I personally like the one that I narrated. There's an ebook version, and there's also there's Breakup Triage, The Cure for Heartache. I've narrated the version. It's free on Audible. Otherwise, it's like, I don't know, $4 or $5. It's only a 33-minute recitation, but it walks you through the 7 steps of what you need to do, and it really, 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 really helps. And in the fall, I'm going to have a special breakup master course, okay? I'm going to start doing some master classes to really get all this information out there because I've just got so much I want to talk about. Okay, thank you so much. And grateful that you've joined us today. B and Gwyneth are in Germany. Thank you so much. Danke. Okay, love from India. Love this. Sue W. Hi from Portsmouth, UK. All right. Let's see what this is. The topic couldn't come at a better time. Crystal Jean. Okay, so Bosnia, fantastic. I've been there. I've been dumped over text recently after she said she loves face-to-face 15 minutes prior to texting me. It sucks. People do not know how to communicate anymore. Some, a large majority. And they're learning bad behavior from other people learning bad behavior. It's kind of like a virus. Like one person gets sick and then they make other people sick. And then people are like, well, damn, everybody's sick. Why should I try and be healthy? I'll just get sick too. Hang in there. We're going to keep going today. And we're here for you. You have B and Gwyneth. You have everybody here. You've got Jillian. We're all supporting you. This is a safe place to come. From Newfoundland, oh my goodness, glad I found you. Maybe you've got the kind of weather I want. Okay, so again, think of dating like gambling for fun. You're going to get results anyway. The upshot of what online does, you know what the real gem of online dating is? You get boundaries. You get so exhausted, so frustrated, so tired of nonsense. You're like, I want this. Online dating clarifies what you want because all you see is what you don't want. It's one of the best training tools. If you're not sure what you like, it'll show you. Oh, Nathusa, again, $5, my darling. Thank you so much. Any creative tips on meeting people in person, like modernized form of dropping a napkin for a gentleman? It would be really great to connect in real life again. Yeah, do the bend and snap from Legally Blonde. I like the gym. I do. I've started to have a social life. It is bloody exhausting. I can get through all my work if I never leave the house. But that makes me a really dull person. And after 10 years of being burnt out for 8 of them, I mean, now I've done 20 years, I'm pretty burnt out. So I've forced myself to have a social life. And I go out to parties, not parties, but I'll go out, I'll do a couple of hours. That's about all I can handle. I believe in a social club. I'd suggest you look in your city. Social clubs are very popular now because the connected world is very disconnected. Look for one that resonates with you, one that maybe has a group events that you like or seminars and lectures. Some are more intellectual, some are more artsy, some are more cultural, some are more just see and be seen. Instagram, isn't this fabulous? Look at the famous person behind me. Find your vibe. But do explore social clubs in your city. They're becoming very, very, very popular. I'm a member of the Core Club here in New York. That is where I take you when I have a private with you, the 3-hour. It is, I can't even tell you how expensive it is. It's insane. And considering I'm only here, not even the whole year, I do that for my clients. If you're paying that kind of four-figure ticket to work with me, you are going to be treated like a king or a queen and lunch, okay? It's insane. But it is elegant, classy, restrained, creme de la creme of the New York financial, legal, business scene. Not stuffy. It is that casual, wealthy elegance that is so beautiful. Nobody is, you can walk in as yourself. Everybody's got money. They're not looking at who you are and what you've got. They're not assessing your handbag, whether they want to talk to you or not. It is magnificent, okay? So that's what $7.50. Yafa, hi, thank you. I look much younger, 10 to 15 years than my chronological age. Okay, to fudge on my age by 4 or 5 years in main part of my profile. It says real age lower down. Oh man, Yafa. Okay, so first of all, when I get off today, I want you to look at the Older Woman, Younger Men guide link that I'm going to put in here. So come back to this page and it'll come out tomorrow. You look younger. You should be dating somebody younger, probably. I have an issue with that. It's your call. I know everybody does it. But the reason I say that is you don't know how it's going to cut when the person finds out your real age and it is a match. I know you look nothing like your age. As terrifying as it is, if and when I go online, and I may indeed do that for a companion, not really, like, I don't think I have room for a partner yet, but it depends. I will put my real age down because I don't want them to go to therapy. I mean, and I don't want them to be disappointed. Now, that means it's going to be shocking because I don't look my age either, but I think they should know, because if it's an issue, it's an issue. But most people do lie. I mean, it's up to you. I've worked with clients that called me because they met somebody they really liked, and when they really started dating and they revealed their real age, it was one of those that went like this: I can't be with you because if you lie about this, you're a liar, and I don't want to lie. I mean, I've seen it go like that. So, and that's another thing. I think they should let you choose an age category: 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. I think after 40, nobody should be asking your real age because they're not looking at you to make babies. I think the only reason you want to include your age is if somebody's looking to have children. And I think the dating websites, I hope, why do we have the exact age? Why is that even important, for God's sake? I like the way you look, whatever, you know? So I'm not a fan of it, but again, it's an individual call. Okay, so let me go back. Okay, so you look at it like a lottery ticket. You do it just the amount of time that it doesn't irritate you. That's how you make it enjoyable. It's for fun. You're online shopping, okay? You set the bar low, but you're open to being surprised. Duty dating, okay? I want you to alter the seriousness of your online dating. I know you know what you want, and I do feel that you should state it up front. If you want to get married, don't hedge around the bush. But I think you need to look at online dating as the perfect example to duty date. Now, duty date, for those of you who know me, is a Susan thing. That's a term that I use to super clarify what works and what doesn't work. Because duty dating asks you, and this is why online is perfect for duty dating. You're not expecting to get a whole lot, but what you want to do is expose yourself to challenge yourself to go beyond your own limitation of what you think you would find enjoyable and attractive. For example, if you only date financial service people, all right, date a teacher. Just do it for the experience. It's the duty dating. What I want you to do is break through from your own limited perception of what you think you'll be attracted to expand yourself. Now, you may come back from the date and go, God, ugh, I knew I didn't want to date somebody in reinsurance. They're boring as hell. I don't want to date an actuary. I don't want to date an accountant. I don't want to date a lawyer. I don't want to date a psychologist. I don't want to date these people. But you come back and you have a little bit of a twist. There's got to be something in the conversation, maybe something about their humor, that they were really cultural. There's always something to take away. And duty dating is an exercise you do for your own expansion. Like, really boring guy, but how fascinating what he talked about with, I don't know, primate history and how it affects, I don't know, human nature. I mean, you could come away and go, I really like learning. Be fun to have it. So you add that little ingredient back into the pot of the recipe for what you want. Like, you know what I liked about him or her? She gave me information, but didn't school me. Like, she knows. And I found these areas. I can be with somebody that's in a completely different area. I didn't know I wanted that. So that's what duty dating is for. Okay, I see this right here. Richard, $10. Thank you so much, my dear. How generous of you. Susan, love your videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Many women who look at my profile do not leave a message. What if I'm interested in them? Are you only on Bumble? Because, you know, you can interact with women on other apps. Okay. Are most women online still waiting for men to make the first move? Try it. Very good point. You're leading where I wanted to go to next is the A/B test. Okay, perfect. I'm going to answer your question this way. If you suspect that something could be tweaked, tweak it. Test your theory. For the next week, reach out to people, say, hey, loved your profile, interesting chat. For the men, I'm sure that you're going to want to comment on like, you look really lovely. Women hear that all the time. I think something that they've said in their profile, because most guys don't read it, like, wow, I'm really impressed. You love volleyball? That's incredible. I'd love to hear more about that. I can't believe, I did a this and that in school, but I really respect that. It's a great discipline. Get them talking about what they love. You see them with the dog? Oh my goodness, I love Maltese. Oh my goodness, I love Huskies. I've got a this and that. I grew up with find the commonality and start there. That's a great way to make the opener. So thank you for being here today. I think this is wonderful. Okay, you're all talking to each other. Okay, so now, this is the A/B testing, and thank you for this. I really appreciate this. Richard, perfectly timed. So try on different aspects of your personality, okay? Some of you have one way of interacting, and you've refined it. You're like, okay, this is who I am. I'm very intellectual. I don't want to pretend I'm not, so I'm going to come online and I'm going to be very intellectual. Well, that's cool, but maybe you want to try, and I have a sense of humor. I could be flip, I could be witty. So again, this kind of falls under the banner of duty dating. You're gambling. Give it a shot. Try a different system. Try a different angle. Break things up. Make it fun for yourself. Surprise yourself. Be another version of yourself and see what that pulls in. Why? You'll have fun. Doesn't matter, does it? Doesn't matter. And maybe the person that you meet on the other end is going to go, that's an interesting answer. I never thought of that. Or you are going to learn, and this is what's better. It's for you, what you're going to take away. What if, I've always been very rational and very intellectual and very talking about my professional career. And then I just kind of like chatted for fun. And I know I'm deeper and I didn't get to show that, but it was kind of a fun entry. So how can I combine that with my normal way of being? So it's expansion. Okay, again, this is roll the dice. Get the gaming table. Try something different. Okay, let me see. I think we have Susan, the younger soul connection was early 40s. Nathusa, $5. Thank you again. This is more of a PSA. The influx of scammers on the apps is overwhelming. I totally agree. Most men I went on dates recently wanted to swindle money. Oh, wow. Nathusa, you mean you went on a real date? On a real date? There are people that are writing books nowadays about having an entire relationship in real life with a scammer, and a long game too, until it came to light. We all have to be careful, okay? We all have to be careful. And I appreciate the heads up on all of this. But again, every day, people such as yourself who are not getting the results they want at work, or because of their travel schedule, or because now I have a dear friend who, to take care of his aging mother, a very cosmopolitan guy, has had to move to a kind of a rural place. Selection process is dismal. There's nobody. And he hates online because everybody does. I said, go back online, but extend your, he can drive a couple hours to get to a real city, like a city with a greater density of prospective partners and women who are ambitious as he is. So we have to deal with what it is and where we are. It is simply another avenue, but again, with these mental hacks and always safety and awareness. Thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciate that. I'm going to keep going through this. Oh, Crystal Jean. Okay, guys, she's giving you some tips from the lady's mouth. I have lots of tips for guys. You send the first message. Don't only speak about their looks or anything sexual. Love it. I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement. If you're messaging a woman, she can assume you're attracted to her, and we know. Crystal Jean, most men are interested in sex. Yeah, so show them you have more. I didn't know scammers actually showed up on dates. Yikes. I figured they were just doing that online. Yes, oftentimes, yes. Met in person, they wanted pictures of my house, scoping out what I do. Oh, Google number. Okay, let me talk about that. I use a Google number for work. People used to have my private email and my personal telephone number. And I think that was until maybe about 6 or 7 years ago. And I would wake up in the morning to like ding, 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 27 messages from one of my clients who was like, what do I write him? No, he did this, he did that. I mean, I had no privacy whatsoever. So I have developed boundaries and gotten smart. Google is great. You can pick a number with any area code. That's what the scammers use, that they look like they're in Youngstown, Ohio, or they look like they're calling you from Berlin and they're not. They're from Nigeria or wherever they're from. They could be anywhere, okay? They could be in their mother's basement in Akron, Ohio. And so they're doing these scams. And what you need to do is pick a Google number. It is free. As of now, it's free. And you don't pay anything for it, but it routes through to your personal number. That way, and I think also for business cards. I know companies can do it. An individual who's in business for themselves, not smart. Ladies, not smart. Have a secondary number. If you have a second phone, that's fine. One that you know that's what it's for, dedicated. I know lots of people have, I have not done this yet, but they have a secondary spam email that they know that what they do is that every time they fill out a form to go to get some information on something and they know they don't want to be, they have a separate account for that they know is kind of spammy or that they figure is going to be, put on some mailing list. Okay. Yes. Now, when anyone is too interested in what you do, what you have, where you go, that's a sign. Okay. All right. Even if they weren't scamming you, they're an opportunist. Right? We want them to want us. Okay, so A/B testing. Try different sides of your personality. You got nothing to lose. If we know it's the Wild West and we know that 50% are scammers and the others just want to get laid, and then people are actually in relationships and not telling you. With the 5% that are left, have fun. Be different versions of yourself. If one side of your personality isn't working, try something else. Why not? It is the lotto ticket, okay? Drop ridiculous conversations immediately. Anything that's confusing, weird, feels off, next. Don't waste time trying to make them better, all right? Many of you have done that. I have done that in real life. Online, the bar has to be, you're going to be normal, you're going to be healthy, you're going to be talking to me like a person that doesn't give me any red flags. That I'll continue doing, right? Don't waste your time wondering why they didn't chat you back. If they didn't chat you back, they went on to somebody else, and they'll come back to you when they're bored, but that says a lot about who they are. So keep track of what's going on, okay? Have firm boundaries as to all interactions. Have your boundaries. You talk about what you want to talk about. You reveal about yourself what you want to reveal. You know what you want to know. You don't want to get into a sexual. I have a friend that she met a guy after 6 months of being online. She's very comfortable sexting and showing shots of herself and stuff like that. I can't do that. I'm not about to do that. One, I wouldn't do it anyway. I don't care if I worked in a basement of some nondescript building and I went home to a nondescript place and I was a nondescript person. I wouldn't do it. But I'm kind of out there, so no, not going to do that. And just try to do, again, it goes back to how much you're putting into it. Okay, now you hear the phrase, you're going to get out of it what you put into it. So have a great profile, have great photos, have some great commentary, and try and have fun. And when it's no longer fun, don't feel badly to close up shop and go. Close up shop with people that are chatting you up in a way you don't like and block them. Close up shop if it's going in the wrong direction, or if you get tired of an app, just pause it. Do short-term memberships if you can. Okay. The last one, okay, I've talked about this before. Limit your time online. Okay, you can easily start rifling through this stuff. And just limit your time online. And just know what you want to do. Know why you're there. Know what you want to accomplish, but make it fun. So the minute it turns to frustration or agony, if somebody's already putting you through this and you haven't even met them yet, why? Don't torture yourself. It's a condiment. Like, right? It's not your main course. All right? Now, I'm here for you. Talk to me. This is why you're here. Let's see. What do you have to say? Google number only, Yafa. Okay, great advice. Everybody, they wanted pictures scoping out my house. Let's see. Okay, didn't write anything after that. Okay, does anything else? Okay. Do you have any more questions, anybody? Let's see. I will go back. Super chats. I definitely need to find a few of these spots around me. Okay. Barbara, by 6 a.m., I have about 30 or so men I need to sift through these apps. Before 6 p.m., I've cleared the deck to start all over the next day. Don't waste your time. So, okay, Barbara, I bet you start to see the patterns. Yeah? You start to see patterns of, how do I say it? People that aren't trying. Like, if I ever see on a DM, hi, I'm just immediately, nothing else but hi. I already have a perception about who you are. I mean, for me, that doesn't work. You're non-imaginative. You know, it's really offensive. Hi, where are you located? Like, it's in the profile. What do you do? What do you mean it's in the bio? What do I do? How insulting. What? I mean, you can't even look. I mean, this is just, it's like, that's insane to me. Why would anybody even do that? Hi. What are you just so swat them like flies, okay? Lots of ghosting online. Yeah, because they were never serious to begin with. All right. Jordy Jones. Hi. Hi, everyone. I've been immersed in a Jane Fonda documentary. I'll rewind to the beginning, but just wanted to say hello. And hello to you, Jordy. Great to have you here. Barbara, I'm one of your clients. Love you. Which Barbara are you? I gotta see. Are you Barbara, New York? I can't see because the picture is so tiny, tiny, tiny. Okay, let's see. Be different versions of yourself. I like that. I like to be real. Thank you, Susan. P, V, you are real. But how many sides do you have to your personality? Okay. I talk to certain people. They bring out one kind of a personality. I'm not schizophrenic. I have different ways of expressing myself. Some people I'm just goofy. Some people I'm very intellectual. Some people I mix it up all in the same meeting. So the A/B testing is to expand you, okay? Maybe you've gotten in a rut because you've been doing the same thing. It's all of this is for your edification. Okay, we got a lot of stuff going on here. Speaking of which, on Bumble, besides saying hi to start the contact communication, do you agree men should start the conversation as some dating experts suggest? I know they're afraid to. Men have been taught to not pursue, unfortunately, by their dating coaches that are teaching them in order to look cool, that they need to make the woman chase them. And then, of course, what happens is those guys never learn how to be in a relationship, and they wanted a relationship. They just didn't know. At first, they thought they wanted to get laid. Then they realize if they get lucky enough to get laid, then they realize, oh my God, I want to keep her. And then they've got no training whatsoever. There are no rules nowadays. You can start the conversation. They can start the conversation. I think most ladies would prefer if a man chats them up, because we don't want to look like we're chasing you, because that kind of defies who we identify to be. But that could be culturally imposed or sociologically imposed. So if you're comfortable saying hi to somebody, say hi. If you appreciate them saying hi to you, you may want to add that to your profile. If you like what you see, if my bio sounds interesting, make sure to say hi. Okay? Let's give them directions. I just thought of that. Okay. Let's see. Roz, I've been online dating. I'm in my 60s. However, the guys who are in their 40s and 50s don't respond to me. I'm very pretty with a fun, positive personality. Guys my age look beat up and old. Yeah, I know. Roz, I don't know why that is. The guys in their 40s and 50s don't respond to you. Are you on any age gap websites or dating apps? Now, sometimes those are gigolos or bots or something like that. I don't know. Or scammers. But I don't know. Shake up. So I have very limited experience online. This is all from research and reading and culling through my friends that do this routinely. My maximum is about 3 days, and then I evacuate because it's so, but I meet a lot of people in real life. You have to realize I'm in a big city, okay? And I'm kind of visible, so people approach me, so I don't have to do it. But I do think that as far as approaching and not approaching, we have to kind of think outside the box. And there's nothing wrong with, I think men would also like to have us, or a female that we want to approach would like to have us say, gee, I loved that bio. Thank you for writing that. I think we can do it the way we want to nowadays. I really do. And as far as age, I know I told one lady that as terrifying as it's going to be, I will have to put my age down. I think it would be fraudulent if I didn't. I don't want to scare people, but that's my comfort level. But I don't know what's going on there because I can't see what it is. Some of my friends say go off. You're on a certain site, close it down for a while. I had a friend who said 3 months maximum on each site, and he used to rove from site to site. Now, sometimes you'll see the same people, but he said if one site isn't working, he slows it down for a while, or he'd get off altogether. And he said because the most frightening thing is when you see the same people, they're always there. They're never silent. They're never offline. So you assume nobody wants them. So discard that app for a while. Ask your friends what they like. Maybe try something else. Maybe try Bumble where you approach guys. And also there are more and more, I really urge you all to look for niche apps. There are people that have common interests, whether it's sober dating or foodies or hiking. I mean, they all sound really weird. Farmers, yeah, but they have a very unique lifestyle. So there are a lot. Remember, every new dating app is trying to correct the problems and the resistance with the last one. Now, most of these dating apps should have a video component that you can use to not even waste time to go out. So that you can put on a top and have leggings on or shorts and talk to somebody and have a virtual date. Um, so the dating coach that I like very much, I think his name is dating coach. Oh God, T. Anthony. Is it T. Anthony? He's called the date coach. And he had all virtual dates. He did it during COVID. And he said that it was brilliant for him. I will only respond to men who mention something from my profile. I like that. See, we're right on that aspect. Okay. Where did you go? Oh boy, did I listen? Wait. Okay, wait. I refuse to reach out first. Okay. That will be my new boundary. Hinge is a great tool with the conversation starters. Okay, Ginger Girl, so you found what your preference is. This is great. I know you encourage people moving forward and develop. Still, do you think that it's realistic getting back together with an ex after months or years of both have changed and matured? No, I don't have a problem with that. I think it's the only way it can work. I know you might be surprised. For most of us, they're an ex for a reason, because we've outgrown them. It would be startling to have had a great relationship that was, okay, here's where the best scenario of getting back together with an ex. External things, not the two of you. Great relationship. You needed to go abroad for 3 years to work as an expat, and they had to stay here. They needed to start a family. You wanted to get a better job, whatever. So you both determined that you were going in different direction. Life happened, many years pass, and you find each other again. That's a good thing. If who you are now is very much different, and when you had problems, if now this is completely a new scenario, I think if it's interesting to you, you should certainly investigate. Okay? There are no hard and fast rules. I want you all to understand, I'm a human being here with opinions, a lot of research, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of intake from people. Okay? So this is coming from a vat of information. But in all things, listen to yourself and follow your guidance. Continue to add to the information. That helps because that keeps you current. But follow yourself, because if the two of you were good and external things drove you apart, definitely you've got to go back and examine it, because you will not be able to move on. What I don't like is if one partner hasn't moved on and they've been remaining dormant, pretty much waiting for the other to come back. That doesn't work. So when I say move forward, you'll oftentimes hear me clarify in the videos, move forward. And then I will say, because if there is any chance at all of finding each other again in the future, it is only because you have become new incarnations of yourself and you have grown. Because if they left you and they grew, you can't stay static, because that's what they left and they don't want. I hope that answers you. Okay? All right. Barbara, New York. Playa. Boss lady, I know who you are, my darling. Hi. The player learned how to play the player. Good girl. My dear, I love you. Yes, I know exactly who you are. This is Melissa from Switzerland. Hi, Melissa. Hi, how are you doing? I always reply to any lady who has sent me a message that shows she actually read the details of my profile. Richard, very good. Even if it's just to say thank you, but I don't feel we're a match. That's beautiful. Thank you, Richard, for doing two things. One, thank you for acknowledging the lady and teaching her that it is appreciated. Okay, you're guiding her in what a stable, healthy person would want. And two, you've also eliminated her hopes and dreams that she might be the one to be with Richard. Okay, so that's very kind of you. I really appreciate that. Get out of the dating scene. Don't participate. Jeffrey, I think you got a few issues with it. I'm interested, if you're out of the dating scene, why are you here? I know you just love the information, right? Owner of a lonely heart is better than the owner of a broken heart. Okay. Well, broken hearts are a broken dream. I would phrase it differently. I truly have come to believe in my assessment of what breaks our heart. It is less the person. It is more the violation of like that somebody could be so selfish, so cruel, so manipulative, kind of our belief in human nature and kindness and goodness. And it can also be that they robbed us of the dream that they laid at our feet or that we chose to create and fill in the canvas when we met them. The dream we can have and recreate. The person, unfortunately, they failed us. They failed the design. They probably failed being a good human being. But I think we always need to reinvest in our dream and our goals. That way we don't get stuck. And I think that's a better place to be because then you give yourself a fresh start and see what life is going to bring you and what you're going to create in the life that you have. That's how I'd say it. Let's see. Now, Thuza, I think the worst part of online interaction is the inability to hold a conversation. Yeah, everybody's got like ADD these days, right? Just stupid one-liners, no questions asked. Well, those are no guys. Those are no. They would have very little to say to you in real life. They're low-level participation. They have no effort. They're just wasting time. They're window shopping. Okay? So you know window shoppers, yeah? They make you take everything out, ask you the prices of everything. They're not going to buy anything, okay? I would rather just watch paint dry. I'm not comfortable reaching out to the guy first. I want to know who has the desire to court me. So, Roz, we could just put in this. If you like what you see, chat me up. Find a cute way to say it. Okay, let's see. My therapist was saying a few weeks ago, dating since COVID is honestly horrible. People are accepting the bare minimum, easily replaced within seconds from a swipe left. Well, not everybody. Got a lot of people on this channel, right? I have a lot of subscribers. That means at least 250,000 of the population wants something more. So I think that, is it abysmal? Yeah. But you don't have to be. You're all here because you're trying to attune yourself to weather the storm. We are practicing survival skills, are we not? This is our go kit. This is our Thursday go kit. And these are our survival skills, right? Because we want to live in fullness. Okay, you're talking to each other. I'd advise go volunteer. Okay, Jordy, this is great. Okay, we're talking about meeting in real life. Go volunteer, join local groups, attend social things to meet others. Love it. If online is for you, don't limit yourself or your expectations. Love it, love it, love it. I am literally considered an old lady by most 40-plus men. I'm 37. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. I don't even know how to answer that. That's so ridiculous. I know it's a joke. Okay. My biggest issue with online dating is the kitten fishing. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That means like catfishing. That means like a little falsifying. Yeah. Okay. Hang on. Why did I just lose this? Oh, Lord. Okay. I just lost this. Okay. That's okay. Carrie Photo says that's such a helpful way to reframe it, Susan. Love your t-shirts. Like your t-shirts say, it's truly about the dream sometimes. Yep. Okay. Badass. Yeah, that's who she is. Yeah. Okay, let's see. You're all talking to each other now. Setting boundaries. Okay, is my superpower. Okay. Some of the photos of me I see repulse me just by liking their pictures. I can smell the body odor. Okay. This is okay. I'll watch the replay later, but I just want to say thank you for continual good advice. Pink Menace, thank you very much. Okay, everyone. We talk about blocking scammers. Okay. let's see, where did I missed something? Thank you very much, Randy. You are welcome. Okay, so you're all helping each other. Would rather meet someone in person. Trey, I understand. You can weed out the phonies that way. I understand. Again, this is a condiment. It is an addition to. It is not your main course. Now that we are not in lockdown, I would ask all of you to find places out in the world that edify you. Okay? A wonderful cafe, an art gallery, a park, a hiking group, I don't know, chess group, whatever you like, and interact with people. I think you should all look at social clubs. I mean, they're like rampant now. And there used to be like 5 or 6 stable, kind of elite clubs in New York City. Each, some were Jewish, some were Harvard, some were, young people, some were middle-aged people, some were very. They each had their own niche kind of clientele, but you will find the group that's right for you. And spiritual organizations go on. I love seminars, lectures. Oh, travel. Okay, so the last video I did was on solo travel. I'm not working with an agency, by the way. I'm not trying to promote anything. I just think that I have decided from now on, I'm traveling on my own. I'm doing my dream, and I don't even have time to qualify, like putting the person there, okay? So again, I will be a month in Southeast Asia. Okay, so part of this will be on a cruise. I'm going by myself. I do have to pay more for a room by myself, but that's how I want it. May not always be that way. Solo travel is now pushing the industry to be a little bit more thoughtful to people that want a room by themselves, and not eating their food or drinking their booze. Really, I mean, come on, don't be silly. And I'm going to meet people as I go throughout my travels, and I'm not worried if I go as a solo traveler. And there are solo travelers that are involved in partnership. Just because they want to have an experience, their partner doesn't want to go, can't go. It takes a lot of trust if you're in partnership, right? But what we do and grow, we bring back to the relationship. Now, are there any burning desires, any super chat? Because I've gone over the hour and I want B and Gwyneth to have a lovely night. Susan, are you aware of the show Married at First Sight? Yes, I am. I'd be terrified. I have an estate, can't afford to do it. I'd have to have prenups, postnups, and I don't want to do that anyway. If I wanted to do that, I would have done it years ago. It's hard to tell who really just wants to be on the reality show and make the money and then spin it into a career and get a quick divorce from who really wants to have that. Everybody, every human being wants to love and be loved. What we are doing here is giving you tips and tools to figure out what you want. Opening your mind to realizing you can design the relationship of your dreams when you know what you want and what you want to experience. And you can find the right partner when you know how to filter out the bullshit, see the signs of scammers, fakes, and remember, we are all going to get fooled at some time, no matter how smart we are. It doesn't matter. There are times that you fall and you just go blind, but you've got support here, okay? I see one other thing here. Hi, Carrie, how are you? I saw your face. This is such good advice, Susan. I love the way you look at these issues. It's very healthy-minded. Thank you, my dear. So my goal today was to actually try and make it fun, okay? So what have I talked about? Limit your time. It's like buying a lotto ticket. Might it happen? Maybe, but you will learn. I know you think you know what you want, but I want you to consider duty dating. I really do. And online is a great way to do it. Set up the date, even do a virtual date. See if there's some component piece of a person you would have overlooked. They would have been a no. I don't mean because no to bad behavior, but no because not quite your look, not quite your age, not quite the height you want, not quite the job you want, not quite. And see if there's some thing you discover there, it's like, I may want to put that in my recipe, all right? In my prototype of what I want to experience, all right? B, Gwyneth, everybody, thank you so much. And Carrie Photo, all of you who contributed to the super chat. To my new time people here that just came in for the first time, love having you. This is a safe place. You are welcome to join me in my newsletter. I only do it once a month. I don't like bore you with all sorts of sales things. I do let you know when there is a sale coming up, and you get inside. You get information that not everybody else gets, like for private things. SusanWinter.net is the site. Still doing private consultations. I am having a meet and greet as far as we are hoping July 19th, which I think is a Wednesday in New York City in the financial district. We are still waiting. They're like, either day is good for us. And we kept going back. How about the 19th? We haven't heard back from them yet. But I've never had a meet and greet in New York. All my public speaking here has not been public. It's been like World Economic Forum, very private, Core Club, very private. So I'm not speaking, I'm just saying hi. I want to meet you. I'm sure you know who I am. I don't know who you are. It's my way to say hi. When I travel abroad, I have meet and greets and I meet my friends and followers. I do, though, vet who you are, because no matter how safe the city or city-state, we have to know who you are. And I will be, again, going to Singapore. If you want a consultation, write to me, media@susanwinter.net. If you are in Singapore, and available from January 25th through February 2nd of 2024. All right, what else? The Older Women, Younger Men Dating Guide is up. Here's what's new. Like the dating games guide, it is an app. It's in an app form. You buy it, you get access to every single video I have done. AI drives you to the exact thing you need to know. If you're having a problem with your younger guy, the older lady that you like, that you're really attracted to, isn't taking you seriously. It's for men and for women. Okay, it's for the men that love or want an older woman and they don't know how to approach her. It is for the older women that are involved with a man or want to date a younger man and have their own issues. Because believe me, I've been there, I've lived it, I know what it's like. I guarantee you anything in there, I have done it, experienced, and gone through it, and the worst of it, okay? That will be up. It'll be on sale. It's over $100, this package, because the sale price will be $39. Once you have it in the app, you can use it anywhere, just call it up. And it translates into multiple languages. Right now it's in German, French, English, of course, Spanish, I think something. And if you need your own language, let me know, okay? So check that out. That will be in the link after this show goes live. It's about time, but the thing that's interesting about this, it's a little bit different than those of you that have bought the Dating Games Guide. It has written material. It has audio. It has my interviews from radio. It has me telling my story, stuff that you don't always hear. Johnny, Make It Go, and I edited for 2 entire days till I thought I was blind with time count. So it's a compilation of video, audio, and written material, okay? And that's on a super sale, all right? So we'll tell you all about that. Join me on the social platforms. If you don't know where they are, just look there at the top of the YouTube. Let me know what you want to talk about, and please have a consultation. Don't suffer and wait. Bite the bullet. Make a consultation while I'm still doing privates, because I will be moving to master classes and group things, okay? Barbara, thank you for being here. Love all of you. Carrie Photo. Gwyneth, we do adore you. Thank you so much. Nafthuza. Jordy, great to see you. B, love you. Everybody who contributed today. Many of the men, I'm so happy that you came, because I love to have you here. We love Richard. We love people here. Yafa, everybody who contributed. Den, thank you so much, and I will see you next week. And again, make it fun. Make it fun, and then it's not an effort. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.